Verve Credit Card Review 2025. Worth it or leave it? What if the credit card that promises to give you a fresh start is either the bridge that lifts your credit score faster than you imagined or the hidden drain that quietly pulls money from your pocket every single month? Most people get this wrong, but here's why: understanding the Verve credit card in 2025 could protect your finances and your future. Verve is one of those cards that often appears when someone is searching for easy approval or bad credit cards. It is marketed as a second chance card, a way to get back into the credit system even if your past includes missed payments, collections, or a thin credit history. And while Verve does provide access, the surprising truth is that access is only half the story. The real story is how much that access costs you and what you do with it. So let's slow down and walk through everything you need to know about the Verve credit card in 2025, in plain language, so you can decide if this card is worth it or if you should leave it. Verve is an unsecured credit card, which means you do not have to send in a deposit to open the account. That makes it attractive to people who are financially tight and cannot afford to lock up cash in a secured card. Approval odds are relatively high compared to traditional bank cards. Many people with poor or fair credit are able to qualify. Starting credit limits are usually modest, often in the range of $300 to $1,000. That is typical for subprime cards. Verve may also advertise possible credit limit increases over time with responsible use. Now let's talk about the part most people skip: fees. The Verve credit card has an annual fee. In 2025, this fee is often around $100, and in some cases higher depending on your offer. This fee is charged simply for having the card. On top of the annual fee, Verve also charges a monthly maintenance fee. This fee is often around $10 per month. Over a year, that can add another $120. Combined with the annual fee, many cardholders are paying over $200 per year just to keep the account open. Interest rates are also very high. It is common to see a APR in the upper 20s or low 30s. That means carrying a balance can become expensive very quickly. There are also fees for late payments, cash advances, and sometimes account servicing. These charges can quietly stack if you are not careful. So now you might be thinking, why would anyone choose Verve? The answer is credit reporting. Verve reports to all three major credit bureaus. That means every on-time payment helps build your credit history. For someone who cannot qualify for better options, this can be valuable. You won't believe what happens next when Verve is used correctly. Many people see credit score improvements within 6 to 12 months if they pay on time and keep balances low. Let's look at a real lifestyle example. Imagine a man named Jordan. Jordan had a credit score around 500 after losing his job and missing payments. He applied for Verve and was approved with a $500 limit. He used the card only for one small bill per month. He paid it in full every time. After a year, his score increased by nearly 80 points. He then qualified for a no-fee credit card from a major bank. Verve did its job. Now imagine another person named Lisa. Lisa also got Verve with a $500 limit. She used most of her limit every month. She often carried balances. She paid late twice. Interest and fees piled up. Her balance grew. Her score barely moved. She felt trapped. This shows the surprising truth. Verve magnifies your habits. Good habits get rewarded. Bad habits get punished. Verve does not offer meaningful rewards. There may be minor perks, but this is not a rewards card. It is not meant to make you money. It is meant to give you a second chance. Customer service experiences are mixed. Some users report smooth interactions. Others report slow response times. Online account management is simple and functional. Now let's answer the main question. Is the Verve credit card worth it in 2025? Verve is worth it only if you have very limited options, cannot afford a deposit for a secured card, and are committed to using it as a temporary stepping stone. It is not worth it if you already qualify for secured cards with lower fees or credit union products with better terms. Here is a smart way to use Verve. Use it for 12 months. Pay on time every month. Keep your balance under 30% of your limit. Track your score. Once you qualify for a better card, apply and move on. Do not treat Verve as a permanent solution. Most people get this wrong by keeping high-fee cards for years. That is where the real damage happens. So should you choose Verve or leave it? If you are disciplined, rebuilding, and out of other options, Verve can serve as a short-term bridge. But if you can choose a secured card, a credit union card, or any lower-fee alternative, leaving Verve is often the smarter move. Your credit future is built on consistency, not desperation. Choose tools that support your growth, not tools that quietly drain your progress. If this review helped you understand Verve more clearly, Make sure you stay connected for more honest financial guidance. Your next choice could shape your future more than you realize. Thanks for listening, and remember, your next chapter can be stronger than your last.